I bought 3 different colors of orange. You can see on the left is the Krylon safety orange, and then I got the Rust-Oleum fire orange in the middle, and then I have the rustic orange by Rust-Oleum on the right. And me and Drew compared it to the screenshot of the model in the Seattle Museum, and the one on the right definitely looks a lot closer. And I know this is kind of probably washed out. My freaking fluorescent overhead light is washing it out, but the one on the right is definitely a little closer. The one in the middle is a little too dark, and this one is just a little off. So I'm going to go with the rustic orange. So, alright, just a little bit update. Alright, so I'm picking out the colors for the stripe. So the one on the right is a Glidden cool gray satin, and the one on the left is a Tamiya light gray IJA AS18. So I'll take a snapshot of it. But the lighter stripe in the center is the one on the right, and then the darker one will be the 2 little pinstripes on the left. So, all right, that's it. Alright, Larry back here with you on this Labor Day weekend. So I've been working on the holes because I got the interior pretty much done. So I got the bubble sitting in there pretty good. It sits in there nice and crisp, you know, no major gap. So I got to thinking on how I was going to have to do this. Well, let me back up. Been looking at the reference pictures. It looks like the studio model had a clear bubble, and the, what do you want to call it, the mock-up on the soundstage had some kind of a frosted bubble. So I think I'm going to frost it because you know, when you look at, you know, that, it's just going to be a, you know, right there in your face kind of thing. So I'd rather mask it up a little bit. Plus the bubble's got a little bit of imperfections, little divots in that. So I'm just gonna give it a shot of some of the frost. Not make it totally what do you want to call it, opaque where you can't see through it, but just kind of so you can see the shadows through it, I guess you can say. So anyway. So, like I said, it's looking pretty good. I'm going to put the inserts in, glue them in, and then, you know, this whole thing's going to have to mask off. I'll put the light boxes in. So let me put this down. So, I was trying to figure out how the hell to, there, let me, bad camera work. So I was trying to figure out how to mount this in here, you know, so that it holds. So what I think I'm going to do is build a flange around this thing here that sits down in here. So the way the construction is going to go, I don't want to have to put the bubble in from the outside. The bubble's going to have to go in from the inside so I can retain that lip and give me something to glue. And then this piece will fit over that. And that should solve that. Just going to have to be really careful when I'm doing the body work. You know, melding this into the back half of the hull. So So speaking of the hulls, I went a little too far, so I added some pieces here, and I'll explain here in a minute. Let me put this down and get the rest of the show. Oh, this thing's getting big. All right, so I had, on the upper part of the hull, I had cut back this recess here for the windows. Because what was happening was this piece, I don't know whether the angle is wrong or whatever, but it wanted to push this forward, you know. In other words, it wanted to push this up. And then that affected the gap between the top hull and the back piece. So by manipulating this cutout here all the way around, I was able to get the top hull to push back. So let me reposition the camera. Alright, so I'm just putting a little bit of pressure, pulling it back. It closed up that gap a little bit better. The other issue is, you know, this. I don't have enough hands to close it down, but that, you know, that'll clamp down here. So like I said, a little bit of pressure. This seam closes up fairly good. If I put a little pressure there, that'll close up. What I had to do was put a strip of styrene here. For some reason, I guess this top piece or whatever was, yeah, I can't see my hand here, was cocked back this way. Even though this piece was straight across, this kind of seemed a little bit shy. So anyway, put a piece of, I don't know, what is that, 2 mil styrene, and then just feathered it in so that it seats in there. And let me flip this thing around. The other issue was this. This is a step down on the hull that this key, this key fits down into that recess. So I'm still pretty much got it, what do you want to say, lined up. I think I got to go just a little bit deeper. And also where this front fascia, whatever, transitions into here is a little proud. So, you know, just feathering that in. There's definitely going to be some filling in around the windows. I'm just trying to minimize it because it's going to be a freaking bear of a problem to get in there. So, all right, let me flip this down. So as you see, you know, getting that tongue and groove kind of situated allows that to close up. And like I said, that's going to be a pain in the ass trying to fill, sand out. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm going to give this thing a primer coat as it is. Alright, as I said, I'm going to give this thing another primer coat. Smooth it out and then go from there. Got to insert the engine pieces back here. This has really been helpful, having these open so I could see what the hell was hitting way up there when I was trying to get the damn front hull to line up. So alright, we're getting close. I think next thing you know, after I get my arm out of the way here, edit that out. So you can see I got this done. So what I'll do is I'll put my post through with the washer, and then I can set the interior in, and then we can go from there. So alright, I think I'm gonna wrap this little update up, and then when the next update you should see the interior in, and hopefully I'll get this thing glued together. So, all right, till next time.